Hello guys. Okay, today we're going to work on another C2C corner to corner example, and also I'm going to explain you how to do it not in a square as most of you thought that it's going to be, but that you need to work it up in a square. No, you don't. The example in previous ones was done just as an example, but I will show you another corner to corner way of doing it, and the stitches are a little bit tighter, a little bit denser, so you don't have that much of a hole. So let's get on with it. This is Timu yarn. I really like it. These were 2 pieces of 100-gram skeins for, I think at the time of my purchase they were around €5, I think, or something like that. So I'm not sure, but I love it. Anyways, I'm using a 4mm hook. This is a 4 weight yarn, I think. Yeah, so yeah, let's get on with it. We're going to start with a slip knot. Any way you do it, it's fine. Just put it on your hook. Now, in the previous ones and most of the corner to corner projects when starting, they do chain 6, but I will show you denser, more tighter, more less holes in the corner to corner, so we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what you do is on the 3rd chain from a hook, not the 4th, on the 3rd chain from a hook, so we don't count this on a hook. 1, 2, in the 3rd one, we're going to place a double crochet inside. Go inside the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I need to remember not to go more right or more left in the frame. So yeah, and then we're going to place 2 more double crochets into the 2 last stitches chains. So another double crochet, and into the last one another double crochet. So this is the block, the finished block. It looks a little bit wonky, but it is okay. We're going to get a little bit denser corner to corner, tighter holes, you know. So now we need to increase. What we do, we are chaining 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in the 3rd chain from a hook, 1, 2, 3, we're going to place a double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And in the next 2 chains, we're placing 1 double crochet. That's single crochet for the yoke. There it is. That's another block. All we need to do is connect them to the first block. That's the first row. And then you go into the chain 2 space, slip to close, slip stitch, you know. Now we're chaining only 2. And then placing 3 more double crochets inside the chain 2 space. Just like with the normal ones where you chain 6 and place 3 double crochets into the chain space, this time we're chaining 2 and placing a double crochet, 3 double crochets there. Already you can see that the holes are not that big. Now this is row 2. We're going to climb, we're going to increase, and we are chaining 5. Into the 3rd chain from a hook, we're placing 1 double crochet. Into the next chain, we're placing 1 double crochet. Into the next chain, we're placing 1 double crochet. Chaining 2 from the 3rd chain from a hook, and then 3 double crochets. That's a chain, and these are the double crochets here. All we need to do is connect them to the previous row, so we flip them. I told you it doesn't matter. You can flip them like this, or like this. It doesn't matter. Go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect them. Now we're chaining 2. and placing 3 more double crochets inside the chain 2 space. You don't need to make a square. You can make a rectangle if you like, but I will show you how to do that. Previous ones was the square, so we're slipping to close to the next one, chaining 2, then placing 3 double crochets to finish our row, and 3. We have 3 blocks here and 3 blocks here. If we are to stop increasing, we're going to have 3 blocks by 3 blocks, and that is a square. But I'm going to continue to increase on one side, and I'm going to stop increasing on the other side. And that way you're going to get a rectangle. So let's increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then in a third chain, we're placing a double crochet. Then in the next chain 1 double crochet, and in the next chain 1 double crochet. So the principle is the same, it's just that you don't have chain 3 here, and the holes will be much less. Now we flip our work up, away from you or towards you, it doesn't matter. Inside, we're placing our hook inside the chain 2 space and slip to close. We are chaining 2, then we're placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space to finish our block. So we started row number 4. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside, go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect them. Chaining 2 again, and placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. Okay, that's the third one. And then here, inside the chain 2 space, we are just going to connect them. Now, we have 4 blocks here, but we don't want 4 blocks here, so we are not going to increase. We're going to stop increasing and start. Well, they call it decrease, but I call it, I don't know what to call it. Sorry. I like to chain 2 here. Then we turn our work from left to right or right to left, it doesn't matter. Go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect them. Now we have stopped increasing. Now we have 3 blocks here, and when we want to start another row, we are only going to chain 2, go inside the chain 2 space, and place 3 double crochets inside. Okay, it's the same as in chaining 6 and 3 double crochets, then chaining 3 when you want to do a block. It's the same, it's just that you have here less holes. Go inside the chain 2 space and connect them, chaining 2 and placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. Okay, so we have 3 blocks here and 4 blocks here, but if we are to continue and to increase, even that is going to be evident that we have a rectangle now, not a square. Chaining 2 and placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. If I'm too fast, there's a gear there, you can slow me down. Okay, let's increase. This side is going to continue to increase. If it's even easier for you to remember, when you have to stop increasing and you continue on this side, you might want to place a stitch marker here so that it reminds you that you have to stop increasing. Sometimes it's better to have a stitch marker here and there, just to remind you that you have to stop increasing and that you have to make just a single block here and, you know, to chaining 2 and connect. Well, you'll see what I mean. Now we are increasing on this side. We already have 5 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go on. Chaining 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now this is a little bit wild color, yeah. And then in the third chain from a hook, we're placing a double crochet, as long as I find where it is. Then 2 more double crochets into the next 2 chains to finish our block. There it is. Flipping our work up, or whatever you want. Go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect. Chaining 2 and placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. Same space, all 3 of them. Now we are going inside the chain 2 space from the next block and slip stitching to connect them. Chaining 2 again. We are now approaching a place where we stopped increasing. And the third one. And the stitch marker is telling me you are stopping increases here. All you have to do is go inside the chain 2. We can take off the stitch marker. Then you go inside the chain 2 space, slip to close. Now, since we do not increase here, I'm chaining 2. Now turning my work from left to right or right to left, or however you like. And going inside the chain 2 space just to connect them. So as you can see, this is pretty dense. Let me see if I have saved that example from yesterday. Where did I put it? One moment. Okay, I found it. So this one was done with the chaining 6. It's a square, yes, but as you can see, the holes are very big. You know, they are big. Well, somebody likes it, area like that. I used to do that when I found out the other way. I can make the holes less visible. This one, let me just bunny ear this. This one is a little bit tighter. They are the same weight. See? This one is tighter. The holes are not that visible. See? Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Have some excess yarn here. So we have stopped increasing on one side and we are increasing on the other. Since we chained 2 and slipped into the chain 2 space just to connect the side, now we're going to chain 2 again, chain 2 and placing 3 double crochets inside that chain 2 space, just like any other block. Okay, and then going inside the chain 2 space from the block beside us, we're going to slip to connect them. Now we're chaining 2 again. We're climbing up and placing 3 double crochets inside the chain 2 space so that we can finish our block. I had to pause, a sneeze came up upon me. So inside the chain 2 space we're going to slip to connect. Now this is already a rectangle, right? Now we're going to stop increasing. We're going to chain 2, turning our work from left to right or right to left, however it's fine with you. Getting inside the chain 2 space and connect it. Now all we have to do is make one last block and this little rectangle is done. Chaining 2, going inside the chain 2 space and placing 3 more double crochets to finish that corner block. The last one in this example, go inside the chain 2 space, slip to connect, chaining 2 turning our work left to right or right to left, go inside the chain 2 space, and whoops, it got away from me. Go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect. Now I'm going to finish this one, chaining 2, cutting my yarn above the chains 2, pinch and pull, and there it is. It does have tighter holes. Let me show you. Yeah, it's a little bit wonky, but it will straighten up. It does look, you might think that if chaining 5 and chaining 2, chaining 5 when increasing and chaining 2 might cause you a little bit wonkiness. Yes, of course, it does happen, but not that much. It will straighten up. This is a very small example, but so this is the normal chaining 6 when increasing, chaining 3 when making a block, and 3 double crochets in there. So yeah, the holes are visible here, right? This one doesn't have that much. Hello, Garfield. Hello. Doesn't have that much holes in it. Okay. That's that example. Let me show you one more way that you can do it, and the holes would be even tighter. Okay. Again, starting with a slip knot. We are again chaining 5, not chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in the third chain from a hook, 1, 2, 3, placing 2, placing 1 double crochet, placing another double crochet, but at the end we're placing a half double crochet. So we are mixing it. It doesn't look much now, right? Okay, let's do a few more. 3, 4, and 5. We are increasing. Third chain from a hook, placing a double crochet. Then another one. 2 double crochets in 2 chains, and the last one is a half double crochet. We're flipping the blocks, go inside the chain 2 space, slipping to connect. If you hear purring, that's Garfield in my lap. Whenever I start to record or do anything, he is right there in my lap, thinking I've been talking to him, but no. Now we're going to chain 2 here and place 2 double crochets and a half double crochet in the end. Okay, the holes are going to be even tighter. Let's increase 2, 3, 4, and 5. Third chain from a hook. Third chain from a hook. Placing 1 double crochet, placing another double crochet, and in the last one you place a half double crochet. Flipping our work up or down, up away from you or towards you, it doesn't matter. Go inside the chain 2 space, slip to connect. Chaining 2 and placing 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and a half double crochet as the third stitch. Yes, Garfield, that's a light. Sorry. Go inside the chain 2 space and slip to connect. Chaining 2 to make another block, placing 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and half double crochet at the end. Let me do a few more rows off camera and you will see the difference between all 3 of them. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I went on and I made So we're chaining 2, so I did a little bit more. Just a small example to show you the way it looks. Again, this is done with chaining 2 and 2 double crochets, and then a half double crochet at the end. Chaining 2, placing 2 double crochets and a half double at the end. Inside the chain 2 space, slip to close, chaining 2, turning our work. Inside the chain 2 space we connect, chaining 2, 1 double crochet, another double crochet, and a half double crochet for the third one. Inside the chain 2 space we connect, chaining 2, turning our work left to right, right to left. Go inside the chain 2 space, and we slip to close, chaining 2, cutting a yarn, placing your thumb and forefinger, index finger above the chain 2, pinch and pull, and that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, let's see. This is when we are increasing, we chain 6 and then place 3 double crochets for a block. When we are doing a single block, that's chaining 3 and 3 double crochets in it. When you stretch it, the holes are really big. If you like that, just fine. Somebody likes it, somebody doesn't. So that's the usual way we do C2C, corner to corner. This one, for start and for increases, we're chaining 5 and then placing 3 double crochets in that space, and the holes are a little bit less, still has drapiness, yeah. And when we do the single block, we are chaining 2 and placing 3 double crochets for a block. This one is much tighter, much denser, corner to corner. We are still chaining 5, and on the third chain we place a double crochet, then another double crochet, and in the end we place a half double crochet. And for a single block, you're chaining 2, placing a double crochet inside the chain 2 space from the previous row. So we're chaining 2, placing a double crochet, then another double crochet, and the third stitch is a half double. You're gonna get much denser C2C. You can work corner to corner with any other stitch. You can use single crochets, half double crochets, even trebles. You can work them up. So yeah, corner to corner, 3 ways. And I've showed you what to do when you want a rectangle. So you increase on one side and you stop increasing on the other in order to get the rectangle. You don't have to do a square. That's not required. Whatever you want to do. And also, by chaining 2 or chaining 3 on the sides gives you a nice edge to work on, and you can place a border or not, depending what you prefer. So that's it for me for today. I hope I helped you a little bit, and like, subscribe, ask me questions, I'm here. Be kind to yourself and be kind to anybody else. Kindness is free. You don't have to pay anything for it. Give kindness to receive kindness. See you out there. Bye-bye.